Ever since I was a kid, I've been passionate about financial literacy. It's something I felt we don't have in our education system here in America, and it's something we need. What blew my mind as a child was seemingly the most important thing that we can understand that will affect the future of our lives and our kids was not being taught in school. Ever since I can remember as a kid, I was taught biology, mathematics, political science, whatever the topic was. Half of that stuff I don't use today. The most important thing that was never taught to me was how to manage your finances. I think the statistic is over 50% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. I think for a majority of the people, it's just behavioral decisions. It's deciding to buy a $100 pair of shoes when you really can't afford to buy a $100 pair of shoes. And that money is so much better invested or saved or given. It wasn't until college that I really understood what I wanted to do with financial literacy and how I wanted to share it with people. In college, I was part of a program called MoneyThink. MoneyThink was a nonprofit organization that taught financial principles to underprivileged youth in inner cities in America, middle schools and high schoolers. So we would personally go to the high school and teach kids about financial principles such as saving, investing, how to use credit cards appropriately and not appropriately, savings accounts, how to get a job, anything else about financial principles. I'm really passionate about this topic. I eventually think I want to open some type of nonprofit where I continue to do work in the inner cities of America because I'm super passionate. I think especially underprivileged communities don't necessarily have the education that wealthier communities have. You know, even growing up as a kid, I wasn't really taught about money. I was taught to save for a rainy day. My parents and grandparents always told me that, but I was never taught how to spend, what proportion you should give, what proportion you should save, what proportion you should spend. All of these practical tips I had to really figure out for myself, and I think that's a majority of people in America. With that said, I think I have a lot of other ideas for this channel. I want to talk about some investment strategies. I want to talk about a couple like Roth IRAs versus 401ks, a couple other things. I have some videos on why I don't drink coffee planned out. I have a bunch of other lifestyle and even language learning tips. So this is really going to be mainly a finance channel, but a lot of other things will be thrown in there as well. Last thing, I'm just a guy on the internet, so I'm really passionate about all these topics, obviously, but I'm just a guy on the internet, so take that for what you will. This is obviously for entertainment purposes only, but yeah, I think if you listen in, I can add some value to a little bit of your day. Thank you for staying tuned and for tuning into this one. Can't wait for the videos to come.